and Education Golden Apple Awards. We are celebrating 20 years of educational excellence this year. So join us for the next hour as we recognize this year's recipients. The Golden Apple Awards, presented by the Green Bay Area Chamber of Commerce, are brought to you by Associated Bank, WLUK Fox 11, Green Bay Press Gazette, Humana Foundation, Imperial Supplies, Prevea Health, Schreiber Foods, Schneider National, and Shopko Foundation. Now from the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center, here is Vice President and General Manager of Fox 11 and CW14, Shay Zoller.
Good evening. On behalf of all the corporate sponsors participating this evening, I want to welcome you to the 20th anniversary of the Golden Apple Awards. We have had the privilege of recognizing and saluting special educators who demonstrate high standards of professionalism, leadership, and innovation for 2 decades now. And tonight, we get to celebrate some great educators once again. So if you would, please join me in welcoming our hosts for this evening, Michelle Melby and Tom Milburn of Fox 11 News.
Thank you, Jay, very much. Welcome, everyone, and what a special evening this is going to be.
Oh, fantastic. Here to celebrate education. We're so happy that you're here, and we're so excited to celebrate the innovative ways that the instructors in our area are inspiring our students.
Well, it's where the next generation gets its start, and it's so important that they have a life to build upon that has a strong foundation on it, and we're here to celebrate that this evening. And we mentioned the 20th annual, so it is an additional celebration tonight and this year as we celebrate 20 years. 1994 was the first edition of the Golden Apple Awards, and so we are here, and what better way to begin a celebration like that than remembering?
Well, it's fun to look back because you can see where you've come from and how far you've come. So right now, that's what we're going to invite you to do, is take a look back at how this wonderful tradition began.
Now here to present the very first Golden Apple Award, a man well known in the community, the president of Schreiber Foods, headquartered in Green Bay, Jack Mean. Jack?
Thank you, Jay. Congratulations, Randy, on putting excellence and high quality in the special education program in Pulaski.
Thank you very much.
Outstanding job.
Appreciate that.
Congratulations.
How about that? From 1994, we're going to be showing clips like that, looking back for this 20th annual celebration.
Yeah, we'll be looking back at some of the highlights, not only from that first year, but also the subsequent years. This is 2013, so it has been that amount of time since then. And tonight we're going to recognize 6 individuals and a couple of teams, 2 of them. So let's get started. And our first Golden Apple recipient of the night certainly challenges his students to get away from their desks.
That's right. He is constantly engaging creative learning habits, and you could say that with this technique, he's kind of nailed it. Here to introduce him is the principal of De Pere High School. Please join me in welcoming Annette Duman.
Good evening. My introduction of De Pere High School's 2013 Golden Apple recipient is brought to you, you might say, by the letter P. Persistence, pride, and poke. Aaron's persistence in providing real-world experiences for his students created an amazing partnership with Habitat for Humanity. Aaron's pride in his profession and his program pushes him to be his very best every day. And the final P, poke. Dan Rather once introduced a news story with the following. The dream begins, most of the time, with a teacher who believes in you, who tugs and pushes and leads you onto the next plateau, sometimes poking you with a sharp stick. Looking at your program, you may have a hard time with the pronunciation of Aaron's last name, Poksheva. So let me help. It is my distinct honor to present to you as the students, parents, and staff at De Pere High School affectionately and proudly call him, Poke.
All right, let's get some stuff done today.
Whether it's a board being cut, measured, or pounded,
Line it up with the center mark.
there's always activity. in Aaron Poksheva's classroom.
You get to teach students how to basically work with their hands that could benefit their entire life. I mean, that's awesome.
For the past 8 years, he's loved teaching technology education at De Pere High School.
This is kind of like our puzzle piece.
His assignments are based on real-life situations.
I would bump the fence in a little bit more. Let's clean that edge up, and then it'll be good.
He makes things fun. If I have a question, he's always willing to help me with it. I mean, good guy.
Before you clamp them, widen them out, and then throw a third one on the top.
Well, I'm kind of a visual learner, so I like how he demonstrates what he wants us to do, and then we just go and do it. And if we have problems doing that, then we can just ask him about it, and he'll show us again.
Almost instantly, you can smell the sawdust in this room, and it's a pretty active learning environment. Take a look around. There are students working at different stations pretty much independently on their projects for the day.
And the students know they have a winner in Poksheva.
Yeah, just make sure you flip it.
Saying he's very deserving of a golden apple.
You don't get a lot of shop teachers that get recognized. I don't think they get enough credit for what they do.
You know, we are a legitimate department, and we are making, we are providing great opportunities for students.
And here to present our first golden apple of the evening is Associated Bank's Executive Vice President Judy Doctor.
Thank you, Tom. Aaron, on behalf of Associated and our 5,000 colleagues, congratulations on all your accomplishments in this Golden Apple Award. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's very appreciated. I'd like to thank my administrator, Annette Duman, for seeing the big picture and supporting and understanding the role of career and tech ed within education. I'd like to thank my department colleagues, Nick Zeitler and Robin Reba. The daily lessons that I learned from them have been truly invaluable. I'd like to thank all of the students that I've had the honor of teaching. Being an advocate for the hands-on learner is something that I truly cherish. I'd like to thank the area businesses and organizations that I've been able to work with, such as NWTC and Habitat for Humanity. These partnerships have enabled DPHS students to engage in real-world educational experiences that will stay with them for a lifetime. I'd like to thank my wife, Kelly, my daughter, Madeline, who are very supportive of me and share my passion for education. And I'd also like to thank my parents, Tom and Pat, for their continued guidance and insight that lead me on a successful path of my own. I appreciate this award as it verifies for me that more people are seeing and understanding the value of career in tech ed. I truly believe that career in tech ed does and will continue to play a vital role in education. Thank you. It's very appreciated.
Education opens up doors. It is the doorway to opportunities. And our teachers are there each and every day in the classroom with students and helping them open that door to opportunity. Associated values education and believes in lifelong learning, and we invest in our colleagues and provide them opportunities to grow along with the organization. That's why we're proud to be a sponsor of the Golden Apple Awards, because that's what our teachers are doing every day, are providing those lifelong opportunities to students. It's important to honor excellent teachers, and we're proud to be here tonight to honor those teachers. They need to know that we respect what they do each and every day within the classroom, and we're here to be able to say thank you for everything that they do.
Now, our second Golden Apple Award recipient didn't get started on teaching immediately. In fact, she spent some time working in commercial and public radio.
Then got honest.
Then got honest
and went into
and
teaching and out of the media. To present our next Golden Apple recipient tonight, please welcome her co-worker, Heather Vandenberg.
How do you describe a teacher who is a mentor as well? This teacher is one who takes the time on a daily basis to guide and lead a first-year teacher like myself. My mentor teacher is pushing me to be the leader I never expected I could be. to be excited for the new and unknown, and to remember that every day you have a chance to help students get to where they want to be. This teacher has a joy and passion to make students think about more than just what is on the page. She wants students to take their new knowledge and apply it to their thinking and their lives. Jen Ditzman continually leads her students and colleagues to be bigger, better, and greater in an ever-changing technological society.
How long is the duration of each of these slides?
In Jennifer Ditzman's language arts class, 6 seconds. Today, books are out. Computers are in. Students are glued to their screens, seemingly talking to themselves.
Do you want to be cool?
Have you had a bad reputation as a student?
Like Tyler Jarovitz. He's putting the finishing touches on his 30-second public service announcement,
You need to follow the school rules.
which could be used for incoming students.
We're trying to target audience of 5th graders that are going to be new to the school next year, and we're going to try to show them like how they can be a better student when they come here. I just think it's cool because we get to kind of use our own voice.
So try your best.
I mean, the cool thing is they're the experts, really.
IDs at school.
Not me. It's really great to allow them kind of an opportunity to have a voice and all of that.
Ditzman says she realized she wanted to be a teacher while working as a production assistant for a Wisconsin public radio education show.
And I had one of those aha moments where I thought, I want to be one of the foot soldiers. So look at your planning technique.
So she went back to school, taught 4 years in 2 Rivers,
And you think that you are ready.
and has been at Washington for the past 2.
Did you check it against your planning?
Ditzman says by teaching students to analyze advertisements, they can better reach their peers with their PSAs.
I just think Mrs. Ditzman's teaching style is unique.
It's kind of silly.
In her own way.
We live together in this tiny little microcosm of school, and then they go out and it's not applicable to what they're doing. Then what good are we doing? And what could we do to make?
And we are so glad she's here with us tonight. Here now to present our next Golden Apple is the executive editor of the Green Bay Press-Gazette, Mike Knuth.
Thank you. On behalf of all the employees at Press-Gazette Media, it's my honor to present this award to Jennifer. Jennifer, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Good evening. I am both honored and humbled to be here tonight. When I joined Green Bay Area Public School District almost 2 years ago, I had no idea what an amazing group of professionals I'd be working with. And I would not be standing here if it weren't for the dedicated teachers, administration, and staff that I've had the privilege of teaming, collaborating, and enjoying every day with, both throughout the district and at Washington Middle School. And to all of those involved with the Golden Apple, thank you for your continued support of public education. Thank you very much.
We knew that the 21st century economy requires skilled workers. If businesses get involved with schools, not only can they help provide the support that schools might need, but they can also maybe help schools understand what today's businesses are looking for. Gannett offers a variety of specialty training in our kind of rapidly changing field. I know as a reporter, I've taken some very specific trainings that have helped in terms of social media, things like that. So anything that we are interested in doing that will help further our careers, they're very supportive, and they often do provide the training for us as well. Excellent teachers do more than just prepare students to move on to the next grade level. They help them prepare to be lifelong learners. I think many of the best teachers really do look at it that way. It's not just teaching to the test or that sort of thing. It's really helping kids to love education, and so that's something that hopefully they will continue for the rest of their lives.
You know, we gather on a night like this to celebrate the Golden Apple Awards, but this is a process that doesn't just begin and end in a very short period of time. It actually started way back in October. More than 2,500 nominations were received from the 11 districts around the area.
And each year the competition gets tougher and tougher, and the judges, in fact, that's how they describe the process. So right now we want to acknowledge our first group of teachers of distinction.
Those are just some of the teachers of distinction we're honoring tonight. We'll meet some more of them a little bit later. But, you know, there are teachers who say they kind of come by their calling to teach naturally. Well, and in this next case, that is the case because both parents are also teachers.
That's right, and a key to the success for this next recipient really is the special relationship that she creates with the teachers or with the students that she is helping. And here now to introduce her is one of her colleagues, Diane Mancheski.
I have worked closely for the past 3 years with Kathy Rodewald in the Special Education Department at West De Pere Middle School. When I was asked to give her introduction tonight, I know there was 2 things that I wanted to emphasize about her that show that she's a beloved teacher and person. Those 2 things are her personality and her character. I cannot provide you with enough examples that could possibly portray the type of person Kathy is, both professionally and personally. Those of us that know and work with her would agree that she's able to build relationships effortlessly. Building rapport with students, parents, coworkers, and community agencies is important to Kathy and part of her success as a special education teacher. People have an immense amount of trust and respect for Kathy because of her ability to provide guidance in a supportive manner. Her support is greatly appreciated by those she works with, and therefore she is so deserving of the Golden Apple Award. Congratulations, Kathy.
What's your plan this one? Let's think. What's your plan?
For Kathy Rodewald, success of her students can be measured one step at a time.
Don't give up. Go.
Even if her methods at West De Pere Middle School
You're going to go further than you ever have.
are a little off the wall.
We still focus on learning. My title, I guess you could say, is a special education teacher, and I focus in on students who have emotional and behavioral needs. So really my first priority in a day is to make sure that my students are ready for their day.
Most of their lessons aren't found in books.
My focus is those 6 kids and how they interact with their classmates.
She says that includes burning off excess energy, climbing a rock wall,
all that energy out,
sit-ups,
get those jitters out, go,
and ellipticals.
Too hard. Just exerting that energy along with the challenge that they take on, and then pushing goals. I mean, kind of can apply life skills to that.
8th grader Topher Duffy is walking proof of Rodewald's effectiveness.
In 6th grade, I was working in here full-time. I wasn't even going to normal classes. And now that I've worked with here for a couple years, I stay in class like the whole time without having any problems all day.
Yeah, I won't get anywhere unless I have a relationship with them beforehand. And there's some pretty pointed conversations we have to have.
Part life coach.
And you push through, which is awesome.
Part teacher, part friend.
There you go.
This special education teacher says she's humbled by the special recognition of a Golden Apple Award.
And here to present our next Golden Apple Award this evening, Humana Vice President Todd Zacharias.
Kathy, on behalf of all of us at Humana, congratulations on your Golden Apple Award.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you. Thank you, Diane, and thank you to the Chamber. I am truly humbled and blessed to be standing here. Receiving this award gives a small voice to a program that supports students that often struggle immensely. Their successes inspire me. I believe that Golden Apple recipients are only as good as the branches of support given by their coworkers. I share this award with the amazing team at West De Pere Middle School and the staff at the community programs my students are part of. Whether it be brainstorming, a quick hello, and a smile that lifts me longer than they realize, covering my room on short notice, or sharing a funny story that lightens the most intense situation, they get me through the day. I'm also extremely thankful to the administrators and liaison officer who give me invaluable guidance. They remind me that what is important is not how far we are from reaching our goals, but how far we've come. These people, along with my family, especially my husband, Corey, and my mom and mother-in-law, Karen and Kay, show how far support and understanding can bring you. My hope is that my students and their families continue to receive the support and understanding they need. Thank you.
With 3,000 employees in the greater Green Bay area and one of the largest employers in Brown County, it's very important for us to be linked to the community. And we have many associates that may have parents that are teachers or children that are teachers or even spouses. And that makes it even more important for us to be able to provide that link. I feel it's very important to honor excellent teachers. With the amount of time they spend with our children on a day-to-day basis, we really look to them to inspire their learning. And it's really an important time to recognize that and acknowledge that and thank them for all that they do. I had a teacher when I was in college, and I believe the things that he did for me was he told me I could do better, and he wouldn't accept the fact that where I was performing at that time was acceptable, and he pushed me and challenged me and really allowed me to learn at a greater level than I was currently on track for.
Mrs. Whitman makes learning fun, and her ideas and activities don't stop in the classroom. Because of Mrs. Whitman, Chapel School has math nights, family involvement, polar adventures, and Figment.
One more of our clips from the past. Who was that guy?
I don't know. That young guy probably has grown up. He's probably in high school now.
I was talking about the other guy.
Oh, that old guy?
Looking good, still looking good. Well, sometimes it just clicks, and that's kind of what happened for our next recipient. She says teaching just came natural and pretty easy for her.
Yeah, she said it just kind of fit in with her natural desire to help others. And to present her tonight is one of her former students, now a fourth grader. Had her when he was in first grade. She's now teaching second grade. You'll understand it all. Please welcome Alex Knutson.
I'd like to introduce my all-time favorite teacher. She is a second grade teacher at Dan's Elementary School in Green Bay. Here she is, Katie Miller.
Grace, please. These second graders now have 2 minutes to get ready for a new lesson.
Thank you for picking up the Library Center.
Katie Miller's students are learning about matter,
Steam from an iron.
solids, liquids, and gases.
What do I want to do if I want to melt my ice cream? It's a little too cold. We're going to heat that ice cream. Miller says because she has students from so many different cultural backgrounds, she uses visuals and actions to help with the learning process. More kids need to see it, feel it, taste it, touch it to get it, and less of us can just read it. What are the directions?
As they work together on this project, The students teach each other to finish it successfully.
I won't be with them next year. I need them to know that they are in the driver's seat. And if they want to learn, they're the ones who are going to take off with it.
High five, hug, handshake, Destiny.
Miller says success in the classroom also comes from developing personal relationships
So you have a great time at dance.
with her students.
Once I've gotten to know them, I can help encourage them with their specific interests. High five, hug, or handshake lets them know that whatever happened today, good, bad, and the ugly, I'm still going to be here tomorrow for them. Is that a solid?
While the Golden Apple Award both flatters and humbles Miller, she says it's all about Dan's and her students.
Every day I am here to inspire the kiddos, and they instead inspire me.
We teach her something because we're teachers here too. She can be funny and she's really smart.
I'll see you tomorrow, bud.
And here now to present our next Golden Apple is the Director of Marketing and Public Relations from Purveyor Health, Rob Carvu.
On behalf of the physicians and staff of Purveyor Health, I am honored to present you with this Golden Apple Award.
Thank you so much.
There are many reasons that we decide to become teachers: to inspire, to mentor, to mold. Not only does being an educator keep us young at heart, but it also is the easiest way to transform our students into lifelong learners. Most significant of all, I've learned that as we influence generations of children, they also leave their footprints on us. Those footprints which have molded me into who I am now and have led me to know and trust that education is exactly where I belong. 1,000 thank yous are necessary to my family, as well as the educators and students that have grown with me and I've been blessed to cross paths with. From the bottom of my heart, a thank you to Dave Harper and Andrea Landwehr, both principals and shining stars in their own rights. Finally, a thank you to my extended Bellin family, including Lois and Jim Van Abel, who opened the doors to the Green Bay Public Schools for me. As our education community knows, it takes a village to raise a child. And with that in mind, it is an absolute honor to receive the Golden Apple Award for all of the teachers out there, including my own teaching village at Dan's Elementary School, who dedicate their entire being to making a difference in our students' lives.
You know, one of our organizational goals is to continuously give back to the community, not only through volunteering, but also by setting a great example. Couldn't think of a better example to set than rewarding those who educate our future. Businesses need to look past 2 to 5 years down the road. We need to look 10, 15, 20 years down the road of who is our workforce. And really the partnership between business and education is really businesses thinking about their future, developing their own workforce. So many times we take our teachers for granted. Just like sometimes we take our healthcare for granted, our own health for granted. Tonight's an opportunity to recognize those who've gone above and beyond in not only taking care of our own children, but taking care of the entire community and making sure we have a well-educated community.
Partners in Education programming is funded by contributions from the community organizations, and at this time, we want to recognize some of those, the Partners in Education Diamond and Platinum members and post-secondary partners.
Couldn't have a program without their support, and our Diamond partner is Wisconsin Public Service Foundation.
Here's a look at our Platinum members: Associated Bank, Bellin Foundation, and Schwabe North America.
And our post-secondary partners: Bellin College, Globe University, Marian University, Northeast Wisconsin Technical College, St. Norbert College, and the University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. Like I said, couldn't do it without those partners who are certainly a major part of the educational process here in Northeast Wisconsin. We thank them for that. We move on now to our next recipient tonight. They believe that technology is a tool that can make learning more engaging for students and hopefully more efficient for teachers.
That is certainly their hope in the classroom as they teach each day. Here to introduce them is Amy Lapierre of the West De Pere School District.
Effective teamwork is much like the building of a fire. One log creates a small fire, adequate to warm you up. Add a few more logs to create a bonfire, enough to warm many. Clearly, individuality counts, but teamwork dynamites. West De Pere's technology integration team has utilized teamwork to build the fires that have ignited 21st century teaching and learning. They fan the flames of innovation so that our students, from kindergarten through grade 12, develop the skills to be flexible and effective producers and consumers of technology. In addition, they have fueled the fire of education by creating powerful teams with all district stakeholders, positively impacting student learning in every subject area every day. It is my pleasure to introduce an amazing team whose vision for educational technology integration has led them on a journey which has created an inferno of learning in our district. Congratulations to the School District of West De Pere's Technology Integration Team of Michael Slawinski and Jennifer Zarowski.
Good. What other places did we read about? Yes.
This fourth grade class at Hemlock Creek Elementary School is in for a treat. Today they'll play a computer game to help them with visualization.
All right, and visualization is basically when you put a picture in your mind of what you're reading.
Technology educator Mike Slawinski created the program. He and his teaching partner Jennifer Zarowski are using it for the first time.
This is the book Coraline, and the class is reading that. This program here was created to go with that book, and the kids use this technology to move in and see the world that the main character lives in.
It's fun because it helps me understand the book more.
I think it makes it more interesting and more alive.
The students use their keyboard, computer mouse, and iPads to explore this virtual setting.
A game or a virtual world is something that can help the students to really solidify what the surroundings look like.
The program also contains quiz questions. Students can use their book as a reference.
Okay, is 8 an option? No. Okay, so we must have counted wrong with the house.
The team loves helping different kids in different grade levels at different schools.
It's awesome to be sitting down with a small group of kindergartners working on, sight words, to working with some of the kids at the senior high school with big research papers and big projects that they have.
Not to use technology for technology's sake, but to use it really to move education forward and to move our students into a higher level of learning.
And here to present our next Golden Apple Award, back again this year, as always, our Imperial Supplies President and CEO, Rob Gilson.
Thank you. Jennifer, Michael, on behalf of Imperial and all of our associates, congratulations on a great job.
Thank you very much.
Mike and I are honored to receive this award as a library and technology integration team. Being recognized with a golden apple feels a little bit like receiving an individual award in a team sport. We've made great strides in technology integration and library services in our district, but we certainly did not do this by ourselves. We would like to thank our supportive administration, our dedicated teachers who are always looking for new ways to optimize learning, our technology department who still continues to pick up the phone for us, and our library staff who are the unsung heroes of our libraries and our community that comes together to support our schools and our children. We would also like to thank Partners in Education for this honor and for their work to highlight this area's K-12 schools and educators. Lastly, we would like to thank our students. The passion, dedication, and curiosity that they bring to our classrooms every day is truly inspiring. Helping them achieve their goals and dreams is what makes this such a rewarding profession. Because of all of these people working together, I know I can safely speak for Mike when I say we are very grateful to be a part of the West De Pere family.
First and foremost, the most important asset within our organization is our people. Therefore, talent management is really the foundation of our success. As an organization grows and continues to take market share, it's critical that our training and development, our educational process, our continuous improvement is in concert with those growth plans. These teachers that we are recognizing tonight are so instrumental and so critical for the development of business in northeastern Wisconsin and nationwide. They create a student that we can take to market and create value for our organization, our business, and our shareholders. I want to congratulate all the Golden Apple recipients this evening.
Hi, Mommy never forgot her kindergarten teacher, and she still knows her name. Her kindergarten teacher was kind, always smiling, and never got mad, just like mine. In kindergarten, I liked when we sang songs, even in different languages, learned to sign, and made funny hats.
It certainly is fun to look back. One more clip as we celebrate the 20th year of the
14
Golden
years
Apples.
ago.
That's right. Well, our next Golden Apple recipient, I guess you could say when you meet an excellent teacher, most of the time he or she does not toot his own horn.
No,
But
they're not supposed to.
well, this next one, though, does.
He does, because he's supposed to.
He's supposed to.
He is the music man. He's been drumming up students for his middle school band for decades. And to present him to us tonight is his assistant principal at Washington Middle School, Travis Lipsch. Thank you.
Good evening. Sir Thomas Beecham said, "Magical music never leaves the memory, nor do magical music teachers." Tonight, I have the honor of introducing Washington Middle School's band director, Kevin Van Ness. In 25 years at Washington Middle School, Kevin has taught more than the notes and nuances of music. Whether it's including an arrangement of Adele's Rolling in the Deep at a concert, or playing alongside jazz musicians in a Mardi Gras parade. When he comes back, he says, "I was in New Orleans." Kevin shows us that music is magical. He takes his musical experiences and turns them into practical classroom guidance that extends beyond the world of music. A former student had this to say about Kevin. He said he would not have made it through school without Kevin inspiring him to stop floating through school and start striving to be better. Tonight, I have the honor of introducing an inspirational teacher, Mr. Kevin Van Ness.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Since Ronald Reagan was president, Kevin Van Ness has been the music man at Green Bay's Washington Middle School, growing his band and band classes to nearly 500 students.
Anybody is welcome to be in my band. Their goal is whatever God-given talent you were given, develop to its highest potential.
His students know it will be work, but that's okay.
He pushes us to work hard at it. He makes band class the best class ever.
And to Van Ness, it is a class, a crucial part of the school's curriculum.
I think music is one of the core subjects. If we want to develop the whole brain, you have to include the arts.
It's to prepare his students for life.
I learned, because of band, how to work in a team with others.
So no matter what job or what different individuals have to work with, they learn to get along and get the job accomplished.
Van Ness says his greatest satisfaction comes as a music ambassador, conducting his band every year for the community.
It's incredible. Here's 300 and some kids bringing this entire community together through the power of the music.
Van Ness says he still clearly remembers the struggles he had getting his own clarinet to work in 4th grade, but his band director stuck with him. And finally,
Roger Binns was his name, my first band director. He made a difference in my life, and that's what I want to have these kids experience. And I love to perform, but my passion is teaching.
And here now to present our next Golden Apple is the Chief Financial Officer of Shopko. Please welcome Mary Meixelsberger.
Thank you very much. Kevin, on behalf of Shopko Stores and our more than 1,700 employees here in Brown County, I'd like to congratulate you on your Golden Apple Award.
Thank you very much. Don't drop it. I'd like to thank my presenter, Travis Lips, for those kind words. In addition, I'd like to thank Shopko. I bought my first toy clarinet from them when I was only 5 years old. I'd like to thank my administration. They understand the importance of the arts in developing the whole brain of a child. Superintendent Michelle Langenfeld, Kim Paulo, Mark Smith, Lori Firk, Travis Lish, along with the entire Green Bay School Board. I'd also like to thank the Washington staff for their continued support of the arts and music at Washington. I'd also like to thank my wife Denise and my sons Nick and Alex for allowing me to pursue my passion for music. As a music educator, I spend a lot of hours away from my family sharing my passion for music with others. I'd also like to thank my parents, Tony and Sandy Vaness. My father realized my passion for music early on and had the wisdom to talk Roger Binns, my first band director, into starting me on the clarinet when I was in the 4th grade. Finally, I want to thank over 10,000 students that gave me the opportunity to teach them how to play a musical instrument. Kids are not born for mediocrity. Kids are born for greatness. To all my current, former, and future students, you are here for a great purpose. Whatever that may be is something that you must define for yourself. As educators, it is not only our job, but should be our passion to provide kids with the opportunity and educational experiences in which we provide the pathway for students to find their greatness. There are 3 types of people in the world: people that make things happen, people that watch things happen, and people that wonder what just happened. I challenge each and every adult to make something happen and make a difference in a kid's life as they pursue their path to greatness. Thank you very much for this Golden Apple Award.
Education is one of the key things that the Shopko Foundation and our company has always supported. And for us, our home base is here. We've been here for 50 years. You know, the students that come out of those programs have become some of our best customers and some of our best teammates. And so for all those reasons, we think this is just a great thing for us to be a part of, and we're just happy that we're able to do it. I'm kind of fortunate in that I'm also a high school basketball coach in the area, so I get a chance to work with a number of teachers on a regular basis. And one of the things I know is that they're basically undervalued. I think a lot of people don't understand all the things they do above and beyond each and every day. They put in a lot of hours. They pay special attention to a lot of their kids. And I think this is just a means for us to get that out there and show some great stories of people that go above and beyond each and every day.
Continuing now to honor educators and education, this next group is kind of tough to be a part of. They were selected through a multi-level screening process with anonymous applications and personal interviews.
Yeah, and it's impossible to recognize everybody who's doing a good job in the classroom. True. We're just appreciative of the work they do with individual recognition tonight. We hope through the program that we're able to collectively show the community's appreciation. But once again, a chance to recognize specifically another group of excellent teachers representing many more of their classroom colleagues, a second group of teachers of distinction. And the list does go on and on.
Absolutely.
Our next Golden Apple recipient tonight talks a lot about leading field trips, about technology, about current issues. It's all part of helping students get a better grasp on science.
And right now, it's a former Golden Apple instructor that is here to introduce her colleague at Pulaski High School. Please welcome Melissa Wojcik.
Every teacher utilizes their strengths in the classroom, and for Stephanie, those strengths are her dedication to her students and her focus on keeping the content relevant. Stephanie has great passion for teaching, and she demonstrates that passion daily. Students in Stephanie's class know that they will learn content that is relevant to their lives, while also developing problem-solving skills and collaborating with their peers. Stephanie goes to great lengths to have community members involved in her classroom, and in doing so, her students end up creating projects that have a lasting impact. She helps her students realize their potential and inspires them to strive for higher standards. She is truly an inspirational teacher, inspiring not only her students, but also her peers. It is with great honor that I introduce to you one of my dearest friends and personal role models, Stephanie Staten.
Amino acids which build the protein. Stephanie Stainton takes her passion for teaching outside of her Pulaski High School classroom and into the real world.
This year with my AP Environmental class, the students have researched local water quality issues, so they've gone out to a local stream, Trout Creek on the Oneida Reservation.
The students presented their findings on local water quality by creating their own videos.
Ours is one of 43 areas of concern in the Great Lakes.
After watching the videos, Stainton found her students gained more than just a science lesson.
The students have been collaborating with other professionals in the area, and it's been amazing as a teacher to watch the kids really develop a sense of professionalism.
Mrs. Stainton also makes science exciting with the use of technology. Today, students will be using iPads and Stainton's biology blog.
We're going to take all of that information, put it together.
Her approach to teaching has a direct impact on students.
Right now we're learning about all the different air pollutants that companies are putting into our air.
As a freshman, Nick Selesky had no interest in science. 3 years and several of Mrs. Stainton's classes later, Selesky is now planning to attend UW-Stevens Point to study environmental science.
She literally shaped my future. I'm thinking she molded me into how I'm going to try and go about the rest of my life.
Stainton's students are not only learning lessons about the real world, but finding success in it as well.
Does that make you feel good or what? My goodness. Here to present our next Golden Apple Award is Schreiber Foods Vice President Tom Hedge.
Mrs. Stainton, on behalf of Schreiber Foods, thanks for the great work you do every day in your classroom, and our congratulations.
Thank you very much. Receiving this Golden Apple Award means so much to me. This award represents all of the hard work my students and I have done, and it feels great to celebrate the things that happen in my classroom. I would like to thank the Partners in Education and Green Bay Area Chamber of Commerce for taking the time to recognize teachers. I am very fortunate to have amazing students and colleagues to work with. They are the reason I am standing up here today. Thank you to my students for putting in extra effort to make a difference in our community. Thank you to my colleagues, Melissa Wojcik, Billy Jo Vertz, Laura Elbers, and Clay Reisler for being so supportive and willing to collaborate. I would also like to thank Tom Krause and other administrators at PHS for supporting the community-based projects I've done with my students. Thanks to Annette Pellegrin, Laura Last, and Chad Cook for sharing your expertise in local water quality issues and assisting with student projects. Thank you to my husband Ross for embracing my passion for teaching and encouraging me to continue working on community involvement projects. Thank you to my son Bennett and the rest of my family for your love and support. This award is such an honor, and I feel so grateful to be receiving this.
It's important for Schreiber to serve as a sponsor for the Golden Apple Awards because It brings the great works of our local educators into the public eye and the public spotlight. We believe that education is the launching pad for life. You know, it's really important for businesses to step up and support education because the businesses are the primary beneficiary of the educational process in this community. I know that Schreiber has benefited greatly from local hires over the years, as a matter of fact, over decades. It's important to honor excellent teachers because of their commitment and their passion for their work. They've got a spirit that just won't stop to help students to learn and to be great citizens for the longer term. And we really think that's important for our community and for businesses.
Another band director from the area that we've honored.
Snappy little tune there.
Absolutely. I forget the name.
I think we'll remember.
All right, let's move on.
Well, science class can be more than just textbooks, Bunsen burners, and that periodic table of elements.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and sometimes there's a whole bunch of people.
Yes.
Let's call it teamwork.
Teamwork.
Let's call it teamwork to get this done. Our final recipients are a group of educators who take their classes well beyond expectations. To introduce them to us is their principal at West De Pere High School, Russ Gerke.
Wouldn't it be great to be a science student at West De Pere High School? Study building and launching rockets, perform stream and water analysis, participate in solar Olympics, do frog dissections, learn about kinetic theory of gases, conceptual rules of nature, work in agri-science with live animals, perform fetal pig dissections, work with cadavers, and learn everything you can about Albert Einstein. If team means together everyone achieves more, then our science team exemplifies our students achieving success. Together they share curriculum, instruction, and assessment to prepare our students for success. Together, this team is focused on challenging students in a rigorous setting that offers caring, compassionate, and personable educators. Together, they have built an outstanding list of course offerings that drive our students towards excellence. Together, the science team uses data pulled from ACT testing to develop a course structure that allows our students to pass their advanced placement tests and be successful in college. Congratulations to the West De Pere science team.
Hop up on the chair.
Students at West De Pere High School stand on their desks to get a shocking lesson in physics. They feed goats to learn about agriculture science.
You're good?
And handle reptiles to get a better grip on biology.
And if you were to walk into any one of our classrooms today or any day, you're going to see students working with models, working in the lab, manipulating real-world situations to kind of give them some practical experience.
And you can start heating very, very gently.
8 teachers make up this science department. Ashley Anthon, Clara Hedrick, Joe Rukamp, Dana Lex, Kevin Ohm, Jack Batten, Craig Zellner, and Rochelle Koopman. Their years of teaching experience may vary, but they all share the same passion of working together to make science fun for their students.
I'm not a teacher that can stand up there and lecture for our 70-minute class period, so I try to get the kids up and moving, doing different types of activities.
Students in anatomy get to learn from these lifelike models, but the teacher of this class took it even further with a trip to a cadaver lab. It was a field trip Ashley Anthon students won't forget.
It's a lot of anxiety going in because you know you're going to see like dead bodies, but it was really interesting because you see the muscles. You see the muscles that you've been looking at in all of these, like all of our models, you see them in real life.
It's the real-life lessons that are getting students more excited about science and earning this group of educators a bushel of golden apples.
And here now to present the final golden apple of the evening is the president and CEO of Schneider National, Christopher Lofgren.
Math and science education is just absolutely vital to our children and, frankly, the continued success of our society. Jack, and the science team at West De Pere High School, on behalf of all of the associates at Schneider National, we want to express our gratitude for the excellence you've demonstrated in science education. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks to our Schneider National table as well. Thank you, Russ, not just for your kind introduction, but for all the support and leadership you've provided throughout the years. I'm honored to represent the outstanding group of science teachers standing in front of you tonight. It's a uniquely talented group, one that honestly and wholeheartedly looks out for the best interests of the students in our district. Thanks to our school board members and Superintendent John Zagers, we get to work in an environment that promotes teamwork, mutual respect, and constant improvement. We have a great bunch of students to work with at West De Pere, and we all try to take advantage of the special opportunity to play a role in their development each and every day. What work could possibly be more important? Thank you to our respective spouses for putting up with us and time away from family. Thank you to the Golden Apple community and all the businesses that support the program. This is really a special night. And please continue to trust that we will do what's in the best interests of the students that we are so lucky to serve. Hey, on behalf of the West De Pere Science team, we all thank you.
Well, first of all, private industry has a responsibility to give back to the community and give back in ways that, builds the community up and makes it better. And frankly, helping teachers is probably one of the best things we can do. It's important to honor excellent teachers in particular because there's a shortage of heroes in our country. And most of the heroes that we hold up are in athletics and competitive sports. And the reality is that we need to honor people in every field, particularly education, who are making great contributions, who are doing a great job in what they're doing, so that they can essentially be people who can be emulated by their peers. And so this is probably the best thing that we can do to create heroes in education.
I'm here because I nominated Mrs. Rain for the Golden Apple Awards. And then she asked me to give her a speech. I'm so happy to tell you how nice, pretty, and awesome Mrs. Rain is. She's the best second grade teacher in the world.
Well, I think we've made a little more history tonight.
Absolutely. Wonderful history. Take a look at this good-looking group behind us.
Largest group we've ever had in 1 year.
Nice, huh?
16. Congratulations to all of you. Also want a shout out to the partners in ed and the Chamber of Commerce, Lori Kay and Mike particularly for their work this year on making the 20th Annual Golden Apple Awards possible and successful. I don't know how clearly you can see at home, but this room is filled.
It's packed, and it's been a fantastic evening. They did such a great job, and it's always wonderful and even heartwarming to have a night like this where it's all good news and good stories and just makes you feel good about the future.
And we can't think of anything more important for you guys to be doing, too, than entrusting our children to you and knowing that we're going to get service back in terms of developing the next generation, because that's what it's all about. It starts at a very young age, continues forever, but starts at a very young age.
That's right. And as a mother of some young ones, it's nice to know that we've got people like these guys behind us.
You guys did good work on ours. You could do good work on hers coming up, okay? Is that a promise?
I'll hold them to it.
All right. And we hope we can, as you guys come back and support us again next year. We appreciate 20 years of support of Golden Apples. We appreciate it. Thanks for your support for education. Thanks for your support of the Golden Apples. And have a great night.
It's been a fabulous night. We'll see you next year.
You have been watching the 20th Annual Partners in Education Golden Apple Awards, presented by the Green Bay Area Chamber of Commerce, celebrating 20 years of educational excellence. Sponsored by Associated Bank, Green Bay Press Gazette, Humana Foundation, Imperial Supplies, LLC, Prevea Health, Schneider National Foundation, Schreiber Foods, Inc., Shopko Foundation, and WLUK Fox 11. A special thanks to these businesses. Desserts provided by the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center, Green Bay. Tuxedos provided by Du Bois Formal Wear. Limousines provided by Lingmer's Limousine Service. Flowers provided by Schrader's Flowers.